Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Try Time Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Callum,
And I'm Matt.
and today we are going to be ranking the away kits and some of the third kits that have been released for the 2021 Super League season. Last Saturday we did the home kit, so go check that video out if you haven't already.
Link
And yeah,
will
I
be
guess
in
we
the
just
top
get
right
straight
of the
in.
screen. Callum, take note.
Yeah, it will. I'll get that in there. So I guess we're starting off with Castleford, who have actually got a third kit as well. So we'll start with away kit. What you reckon, Matt?
Yeah, please do. That's the one I've got loaded up. Well, tell you what, we are starting this kit off with this list off with one of the best kits on here. This, in my opinion, this should be the home shirt, but I'm not going to factor that in. For me, this is everything an away kit should be. Very much a contrasting colour to the home shirt. It's really smart. It's more of a Castleford colour. They did used to have more yellowy kits than orange. It's a nice throwback. And I think the whole black lines on the bottom, there's enough of it that it doesn't look stupid, which is the problem Huddersfield's home kit had. But it just breaks it up from being plain, boring, yellow. I really like this kit. I'm going to give it an early 9.
Yeah, alright, a 9. That's a strong from you. I think it is a nice kit. I'm not sure if it's a 9 for me, but I don't know if this sort of kit would benefit from like a thicker black on it, maybe, like rather than the pinstripes. I don't know. I think it's a decent kit. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 7. I'll say.
That's not bad.
But, yeah, decent kit. What are you reckoning to third kit?
I mean, I think Castle smashed everything but the home kit this year. For me, this is what a third kit should be. It's more focused towards the younger members of the fan base. Yes, it's cringy having tiger claws, and they're calling it the camo shirt because it obviously goes with their tiger stripes and all that cringy rubbish. But it's a good shirt. It's a really good shirt for me.
Yeah, for a third kit, I definitely like it. I can't really knock it.
In terms of what I'd rate it, it's probably just over a 6.5 maybe. But
6.5.
yeah, it's cringy, but it's a third kit. What does anyone really expect?
I'll give it the same as the away kit. I'll give it a 7, I think. I think it's decent. Just does the job for a third kit, I guess. So on to Catalans, who also have a third kit as well. These are the two teams who actually have third kits. So firstly, their away kit, what do you think?
Very patriotic. I ain't going to dwell on this too much, but I really like the shirt. This is proper traditional Catalan country for me, and I'm going to get straight in and give it an 8.
Yeah, I like it. I like how it's obviously strong red, sort of upper. You've got the pinstripes, really like that, and then I like how the gradient goes from like a red into a yellow, but it's so subtle, but it looks so good. I really like it.
Yeah.
What rating did you give it, sorry?
I give it an 8.
An 8, just to base mine off of that. So an 8. I think it's strong. Catalan again, same as the home shirt, and I'm gonna give it the exact same rating. I'm gonna go 9.
Okay. On to their cup jersey now, which is the exact same design but in a monochrome. And I actually think this is also a fantastic shirt.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't think it's as good as the away shirt, personally.
I don't know, I think it's as good if not better.
Just a bit. I like how the red pops. I don't know if the sort of grey pops as much, but I still think it's a good kit.
It is a nice kit. For me, I think I'm going to give it a 7.5. I know what you mean about it not quite having the same impact.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it an 8, personally. I think it's a decent kit, does the job.
Right, do we even dare?
The Huddersfield away kit, what do you think?
Well, this was Scotland's list of such nice kits, and then Huddersfield have come and absolutely gate crashed the party. I mean, if you had entry requirements, they would not be on the list. This is horrible. It's boring, is the design. We talked about some of the others being complete stock template football manager shirts. This is the ultimate of that. There's no design gone into this. Okay, it contrasts, but the blue is an awful colour anyway. And who's going to want to look like they've just stuck their arm in radioactive plasma from a comic book?
Yeah, I get that, but I do like the green tinge to it. I think it's just like I think the colour scheme's actually nice. I just don't think it's. I think for
I
this
don't know.
sort of
It's
colour
got a
scheme, you
weird
can't just have
texture
green
on the
arrows.
arm though. It's got. I don't.
I get you.
I don't dislike textures, but I don't know if this works on this shirt. To be honest, I think it needs more green. And when I think of a
Yeah, on the-
Huddersfield away shirt, I think the weird grey purple paintball kit. I think of the black one with a lightning strike. What's this? This is toilet paper compared to those. I don't want to give it a rating. I'm going to give it a half because I have to.
0.5, really?
Yeah,
that
and I'm
low?
going to get that off my screen because I never want to look at that shirt again. Apart from
think
when
the
we
co- for
hopefully
the
beat
colour
them.
scheme, I'm gonna say 6. I think it's
That's
it's not the
generous.
best, but it's still alright.
That's very
Yeah,
generous.
but I like the colours. I like the colours. Now on to Hull FC. What do you think?
Well, I need to check I've got the right Hull kit actually up, but I think I have. Yeah, it's a
Because
nice shirt.
KR and FC are similar.
It's a nice shirt. I love the ocean blue. It worked really well on the Leeds kits a few years ago, and it's just as on trend today. Classic
I think it
V
fits with
design.
black and white as well.
The only I'm not so sure about inverting the badge colours. That for me is a
Yeah.
bit weird, but there are things that annoy me. Sponsor logos, cross. It kind of gets away with it a little more because it's all black and white, particularly on the sleeves. I think that's fine. I like the hem. It's an okay kit. I'm going to give it a 7.5. But again, it's got the Wakefield arrows pointing to the backside, so which is weird.
I like it. Definitely. I think it gives me sort of Cronulla vibes, which I do rate. So I think you give it 7.5. I'm thinking I'm probably going to give it an. I'm going to say 8.5 at this point.
Okay.
I do like it though. So Hull KR, very similar sort of colour, I guess, both turquoise. What do you think?
Well, this just looks like they've bought. This looks like you've bought Hull FC's away kit on Wish, and this is what's turned up. Which, for anyone that might not know, it is basically all the Chinese knockoffs, but far worse quality. What's with the weird tulip petal head things on the side? That just looks stupid. I don't get what the purpose of that is. Again, you've got a shirt with no sponsor. Stop doing boring patterns that start from the chest and go all the way to the bottom. Why have we only got one thing? It just, again, it's an unfinished training tee.
Yeah, I get that, and I don't even think the sort of turquoise is as nice as FC's. If you,
I think it's the textured look. I think it takes away from it. If they just picked one of those dark, even in fact any of those colours, and stuck with it, I think it'd be a far nicer kit. Do you know what? It's barely better than Huddersfield. It gets a 1.
A 1, really. I'm gonna say 5 actually, below Huddersfield for me.
Oh God, that's when you know things are bad. And to be quite honest, it's slowly getting better. I'm not exactly a fan of Leeds' purple strip either.
Yeah, me neither. I just think it doesn't excite me. I think it's just a bit.
The design's boring.
Meh.
Is my first comment. Why have we only got textured lines on half the shirt but both sleeves? What's that about? Have they just not bothered to do the other half of it? Did the designer get bored or go on holiday? Would he furloughed halfway through it? What's gone on there? It looks stupid.
I see what you mean.
The sponsor's not even central to go around that. It leans more towards the pattern side. Why? I mean, at least last year's away kit looked nice, even if it made even the likes of. I mean, Rob Louis looked a beast in it. It made Ash Handley look like he were carrying a belly, which, I mean, there's nothing on Ash Handley. He's literally a twig with rockets up his ass. Like, yeah, this is not a great kit either. I'm going to give it a 3 because at least someone's actually bothered to try and put some creativeness into it, even though it hasn't worked.
I'm going to give it a 6, I think, for me. Still like it.
Fair
Still
enough.
not a bad kit.
Yeah.
On to Lee, what you reckoning?
Well, this is Catalan's Cup jersey from Wish.com, isn't it?
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, the main sponsor that fits so nicely in the white on the home shirt just crosses into this dark grey that you can't even read whatever text is in yellow on it. Don't even know what that says. I mean, granted, this is not the best focus photo ever, but still. Yeah, the rest of it's smart enough. It's just boring for an away shirt. Do something a bit different. You know,
Yeah, I see what you mean.
live a little. It's boring. You've not really put much effort into it. Alright, there's no wrong with it. 5.
What I don't get is why they've gone for like the more stripes rather than keeping the thicker ones. It's like just keep
Yeah.
the same design and just put the colours instead of red to grey, and I think it'd be a better shirt than it is. I just think they've sort of
Go for
almost
something completely
overcomplicated
out
it.
there. I mean, this is one shirt where Huddersfield's weird ass colour scheme might have worked.
Yeah,
Just
true,
because of how
true.
different it was. Now, finally,
What
we've
score are you giving it?
5.
5. Right.
What about
I
you?
think it's better than a 5. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay. Now, we're getting back into the world of good kits. St Helens have pulled an absolute beauty off on this. It's a different design, you know, you're not seeing many gradient spots going in opposite corners. This is quality.
Yeah, I do like it.
I think I've got to give it an 8.5. There's nothing that I don't like about this shirt. The only thing I'm going to mark it down for, I think, is they maybe could have gone for a slightly more interesting colour than navy. I think black would have looked better because it would have made the red pop more.
Yeah, I get that, but they do seem to like the blue colour. Like this sort of dark blue has almost come accustomed to St Helens away. if
It
you get
has,
what I
but
mean.
rules are
So-
meant to be broken. It's an away kit.
Yeah.
There's no room for tradition and sentiment in an away kit.
So what rating did you say?
8.5.
8.5, yeah, so very strong. I agree it is strong. I'm going to give it an 8, personally.
Now, kits that are less strong, as I've now been told that my headphones have no battery in them left hardly, so let's hope they don't die before this video's over. Although, if they do die, I think it's because they've had to lay eyes on this Wakefield kit. Why? The sponsor goes over the V for a start, and I already hate that. In fact, about 3 of them do. The colour scheme's crap. They might as well have gone for a plain shirt for what contrast there is to that. And it's absolute textbook template FM. Horrible kit.
Yeah, I agree. I think it don't pop enough. The light blue don't pop to the point of, is it worth having it on a white background? You know, if you make the background black, I know they have the dark home kit, so they need a white kit. I just don't think this light blue is it. Maybe if it were red or something, I don't know. I just think
Yeah,
I get what they're going for, but I just don't think it necessarily works. I don't think it pops enough.
even if they got the colours right, the sponsor'd be in the wrong place to be too high up for me. That's no better than a 3.
A 3 for you.
Yeah, that's...
I'm gonna give it a 6, me personally.
Okay. Now, Warrington, we talk about tradition on away kits. It's the lovely green and white again. Do you know what? I really like this shirt. And I don't
Yeah,
normally
I do
like
too.
this colour scheme on Warrington, but this one works, and I'll tell you why. It's the green on the shoulders for me. It's not even a plain straight stripe, it's different.
Yeah. I like the curved under the O'Neills, how it,
Yes.
like that line perfectly curves, and it's just perfectly, like, it just looks I just think it looks clean.
It's done
like
properly.
it.
Yeah. I like the fact they've not messed with the badge, they've kept it the same colours because it does work
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
despite
definitely.
being, you know, even the Hoover don't look that out of place on it, which, I mean, when you've got a garish sponsor like that, takes some work in itself. Okay,
Yeah,
the
it's
other
'cause it's got the
sponsor
red
on the
aspect.
chest isn't quite as well integrated, but there's no colours that clash. That's a solid 8 out of 10 shirt for me.
Yeah, I do also like it. You know what, I'm going to match you on that. I'll give it an 8 also. I
Now,
like it.
this is an interesting one for Wigan. Have they got the best editors here, or have they completely killed it? Do you know, they've got the badge motifs etched in the shirt, which look to be in different places on each shirt as well, a bit like Liverpool's away kit this year. I just think this is a quality shirt. This is the best one of the bunch for me, and I'm actually going to give it my first full marks. 10 out of 10. It's crazy.
10 out of 10.
It's different. Again, it's one of those kits that if we're going to have a good season, people are going to remember lifting silver wearing this shirt.
Yeah, completely get that. I'm going to give it a 9.5 myself, which I think that's still the best easily out of all these away kits. I do really like it. I think it's just the colours work, the design works with the new badge as well. I just think it looks great. I think just can't knock it really.
Yeah, I agree. And that is all of the kits so far. Salford, you don't release one, so we're just not going to even mention you anymore. Release your shirt and then come talk to us. Yeah, your own
just
kit was
playing
fine.
your own kit all season.
We'll give you 2 minutes in a pod at some point when you actually bother to show us one. But until then, yeah, sorry, you're not involved. Also, Toronto, shout out to you for having no wrong with your kits this year, partly because they don't exist.
Oh dear. Right,
and
so yeah, guys.
After I've now annoyed every Canadian there, I think now this wraps up this video. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, check out the home shirt, click the eye on the top and that should bring it up on the side. And stay tuned next week for the NRL video and the third and final part of our Super League preview on Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Anything else to plug or?
No, that's it. Go check out the recent 2 pods we've done. We've sort of talked about the transfers, incomings, outgoings, and then we've spoke about our predictions for the league table. So check them out. And yeah, subscribe.
Yeah, if you're missing Toronto, check out me and Callum managed to save the club, which is better than the actual owner managed.
Yeah, right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.
See you later.